You are looking live at my painting of Hamilton Pool. It's a oil on canvas, work in progress. Wish I could have some music to this thing. This is my, I guess, art test podcast. First time. Running straight off of a Sony. I'll just upload, and these won't be long, but maybe if I just do them frequently. I'm a big fan of podcasts. I love to watch. One of my favorite is that Kevin Nealon, his interviews on the trail. Those are pretty cool. See if I can adjust this thing a little bit. And leveling. This is an old new tripod. Pretty sturdy. And maybe I should back it off a little bit. Trying to get a little more lively here, but I'm playing with this level here. I'll just worry about that later, next time. So I'm just studying these rocks. Working from photos. I went out to Hamilton Pool, January, one of those gray days, so I'm changing the sky and the water. Pardon me. I'm studying the rocks and trying to add the right value next to each other. Doing a little bit of stippling, I guess, for the dome, for the ceiling. The ceiling has a sort of like a luminescent quality to it in some spots. I know in some spots there's like looks like algae or moss, and I know there's moss and ferns that hang off of these stalactites, stalagmites, whatever they are. And so yeah, I'm just trying to get in here and work these rocks, and it's like a jigsaw puzzle, and I find it pretty taxing. It makes me weary the older I get, and also my vision is getting so bad that I get really tired of staring at stuff. I think sometimes just staring at stuff is a form of painting, though, because you're absorbing what you're viewing. Sometimes I just look at a painting without even touching it. Like I can't bring myself to add some paint on there. It must be some sort of built-in governor to keep me from making too bad of a mistake. Take some artistic license. Like I say, I go out. I'll shoot a bunch of angles, bunch of photos, and what I'm working here is a composite. This is really a pretty expansive view, and my camera, I didn't have the lens to make it any wider, like a fisheye. It's what you need here, because it just fills up the frame. I've been studying it. It's so confusing to know where you are. I almost, even if I stop painting for a second, I end up just aligning myself or trying to discover where I was working. There's this long cigar boulder up here, and that's not the right color or value for it. It's got like a little brown and a little gray in there. Not too much brown, but I'm going to get it anyway, I bet. Right here, I'm pretty much just using paint and tube paint. I use a lot of gambling and I'm using sun thickened oil. That's about it. I kind of just use the oil so it'll have a little bit of a sheen when it's done. That whole argument about to varnish or not to varnish. I've done most of my paintings in acrylics. And when I do something, I don't think they look much different, my paintings, whether I do them in in acrylics or oils. And I don't really, I'm painting a lot more in oils, but I think the reason for it is because there's so much to learn about it that it's a different thing. The mixtures and the blending. So I'm trying to do a podcast, trying to promote this painting here. And I'll do a little bit every day when I'm painting. I'll have this Sony running, and I'll record the progress. And then we'll see which one of you lucky viewers actually purchases it. There's like a greenish kind of gray that goes here, but where exactly am I on that? Okay, there's a huge shadow right above this rock. And then okay, so there's that. There's that drop. I paint more like a house painter. Maybe not. Maybe I don't know how to paint at all. Yeah, maybe I don't know how to paint, but I'm painting. So, but whether it's right or looks different, who knows? So many great, like that Hardin, what's that guy's name? Hardin Hardin. He was a damn good painter. My favorite painter is Pablo Picasso. Weird cat. I think pretty much everybody's weird. Gosh, I'm reading all these stories about comedians like Chris Farley and how crazy that guy was. Funny, but I do think he was disturbed. Kennison was obviously disturbed. Then you have like Picasso was. I think he was disturbed, but that's probably why he was a painter. A lot of people don't like him for, I guess, his misogyny and womanizing, but and that was probably the way things were done back then. But anyways, back to Picasso. I don't really, I'm not per se a Picasso fan, a fan of Pablo Picasso, but his paintings are great. Just like people have trouble with Bill Cosby, but yeah, there's with him, yeah, but the funny stuff he did is a whole different thing. Anyways, I don't know why I'm talking about that. Just rambling. Watch a lot of podcasts. I watch a lot of YouTube. Hardly watch any TV anymore. Any more television. I actually watched some the other day, and it's pretty sad. The sitcoms and stuff, they're not even funny. So the way to, you saw this article about the digital freelancers and how much money they made in Austin. And so I'm not per se a digital guy, but I mean, it's not that I'm a digital guy, but everything's digital already. So I think the AI is here in one form or another. I think the scooters are the first robots. They're being serviced by people. Although people ride them, someone picks them up and recharges them, feeds them. So the digital thing is, I guess I have to make the most out of YouTube and try to get some more, widen the audience for my paintings. I saw where this girl did got an award for doing a show out of a U-Haul. But I've done a show out of a Penske truck many moons ago, many years ago. Can't do it this time of year, it's too hot. You need a real van with AC. Maybe I'll do that. My ultimate dream would be to... there's a guy doing it. He does really great paintings, does very great impressionistic paintings. It's kind of like Van Gogh in a lot of ways. But I forget his name. I'll remember it later. But I am a fan of his work. But he travels around in a, looks like an old Crown Vic. And he's just traveling around and painting on the spot. He's been doing it for a long time. I think it's a lot of work though. I don't know if I'd be capable of doing that. A lot of travel, a lot of car life. So this is the second version of my podcast test. Later on when I'm more presentable, if I'm ever more presentable, I'll do some FaceTime on the camera, but I don't really think that's important. I think the paintings are important. For me they are anyways. Yeah, and it looks like I'm not doing anything, but then later on when I come back I'll see the whole difference. It's like this wedge of rock that I guess this is the face really, right here. It comes out over here and it makes this little weird design. So some of this rock is blue, some of it's gray, some of it's darker gray, some of it's cool, some of it's warm. I guess it's just the stains from time. And right in here there's some more little shadow up in here, a little more, another edge right here. That little edge comes right on here. Oh, there's some music. There's a drummer. 3 doors down. The place I'm in is appropriately crappy for an artist. Okay, try to keep it upbeat, huh? No dead time. Let's see what else. Well, let's see. I was talking about YouTube. I'm a big conspiracy guy. I love conspiracies. I guess I'm one of those tinfoil hat guys. But the way I see things is anything's possible. Nothing is beyond reality, I would say. Go by the thing that just because I didn't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist, or just because I didn't see it happen doesn't mean it didn't happen. Looks like I'm going to have to let that dry for a while and then come back later and add some more tonnage. But anyways, yeah, conspiracy things. I love all things conspiracy. I just do. Ever since that Treaty of Versailles. Or even Benjamin Franklin. That guy has Illuminati written all over him. Promise not to chew gum next time, sorry. As I said, this is 2 tests. And hopefully I'll just get the hang of being a little more upbeat when I talk. But I'm one of those guys that can't talk and chew gum at the same time. We've got these rocks at the bottom. They're a little more golden, a little more yellow and gold. Let's see if I can mix a nice, better color for that. Lucian Freud, wish I could paint like him. Maybe I can if I, well, that was in my other podcast. So I look at all these old masters, like a lot of them. Picasso, my favorite. Goya. Just go on with them. I mean, Sargent, of course. Hardison Martley, I like his stuff. Dorothea Tanning, I like her stuff. Velázquez is great. Raphael. Van Gogh. Francis Bacon's in the tops. Really like Francis Bacon. Odd Cat, great painter. But I don't paint like those guys. I like those guys. Those are considered the best, but I can't do what they do. I just do what I do. And I think what I do usually looks pretty good. It's just not really traditional painting. Yeah. Been really amazed with all the new podcasts. Even the one I don't even have to mention, the most popular. Really like Mike Tyson's podcast. In fact, I'm going to work on a toad painting, an abstract toad painting that I'm going to do really fast, and it'll be in oils. So maybe if I just get my button gear and really get this painting done. But I'm going to once I get this painting done, I'll do a ton of cards and pass those out. and then we'll go from there. So for now, it's 2:58. Must get ready for my swim. So we shall talk soon. Thank you. Goodbye. Just look up ricardocalzavilla.com. I'll add a link here on this thing. I think it looks pretty vivid. I mean, man, come on. This is a beautiful painting. It's already beautiful. But you've got to get it, man. You've got to get it.